Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to map number 3 between Liquid and MockIt.
Yep.
Heading into Oregon. So there was a discussion with the admins, and I guess the op bans were redone now. So
it also looks like the sides have changed as well, as Liquid is now on defense first.
That I actually didn't clock who
everything seems a bit different in terms of that. Originally, MockIt was on the defense as they were the ones who accidentally picked Kite, and
attackers need to locate
not the case anymore. So everything seems to have changed. The op ban that seems to have changed is Mute is now Echo in terms of bans. So you see Mute actually being played. So it's interesting. I'm not sure what the admin calls were, but everything seems quite different now that we come back.
Fascinating. Well, we'll deal with it. We'll move on with it. It's a 1-1 scoreline in terms of map count. We head into map number 3. On Oregon, we continue to go to the distance, Devin.
Yep. That is what we do.
Can't get a quick game to save our lives.
No, I mean, I think at this point, if we wanted a quick game, we'd have to go injure one of the players.
Or we just go to the A stream.
That's for tomorrow.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Although with the longer games, that means it's been better competition. That's exactly what the Invitational is all about. So
absolutely.
Can't really complain too much.
A+ competition, but we'll see how
this is. We're going to be here a long time.
Yeah. We'll see how this laundry attack goes. It looks like they're going for a tower clear first. There is the Mute in play, so I gotta imagine that's gonna be stopping the hatch from being open anytime soon. Interestingly though, no Habana in play. They're gonna be playing with the Thermite instead, but there is someone on the top of this tower here. I imagine it's probably Nesk on the Jaeger. They're gonna do their best to try and take Nesk out of this corner. He's got 2 ADSs over there on the other side. So good luck. Oh, nice start. A lot of damage done to Nesk.
Corey will clean it up from the kill holes down below. So T3, and he's swinging right into his death as Paula just unloads into the swinging corpse that was Corey to level things up. Holding the flank down the stairs will be ripped to bring the advantage back into the favor of MockIt on their first attacking round. And that's your tower hold completely dispatched of. You're able to take down an Ashe if you're on the side of Liquid, but you lose a Jaeger, a Rook, the reinforcements, and all the utility dispatched of into tower to try and hold it, and he only killed about 30 seconds.
Good trade. Corey trading for Nesk and, and Paula. Actually, that's a very good trade for MockIt.
Yeah, honestly, you're coming out on top if you're MockIt in that situation. The Thatcher, of course, not banned, and the Mute back into play won't really have much of an effect on the game, regardless, because the Thatcher is still available and teams will continue to run it. So the hatch, we got opened up in main lobby, and a typical Oregon game continues to turn typical, and we now head towards a site execute on the main stairs.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like Liquid pressured very tightly now into sight. So that's gonna hurt. Window getting popped now as well. This looks like a MockIt round despite the loss of Corey, but they're gonna need to go for the smokes now from KS. There's the smoke and Crane. Wow.
Veil putting down the plant, and a Nitro Cell will land just short, I guess. Not gonna connect onto Veil, putting the plant down in behind the laundry bin. The fire through smoke just not connecting, and finally able to successfully put down the plant. Sexy Cake answering a phone call into the closet behind the ejected mirror, and he'll have to rip back out. It looks like he wants to go for a flank up the tower stairs, but in a 2v4, MockIt will surely have someone covering, and it'll be Veil take down Zig. So it's just Sexy Cake left alone now, trying to maneuver his way in through meeting, as he had a KS drop through the electrical box hatch. He'll pop up in the hallway hatch, giving away his position, trying to push through the split of meeting. He'll drop Veil, but time is slowly ticking away against him. There's not really a lot to be had here. Rips will clean it up onto Sexy Cake, so MockIt with a surprisingly efficient tower take and then conversion to a front stairs site execute. Works out quite well for them, and they'll be up 1-0 after the first round.
Yeah, that was definitely a great execute. I mean, the tower take, it was unfortunate they lost Corey, but taking down 2 members there, putting all the pressure on the site, and then once they popped that mirror, that was over for Liquid. It was definitely a problem for them to be able to hold that defense. I mean, it was a great attempt. I like the way he opened the hatch on that rotate. Sexy Cake just, you know, open the hatch, let me play for a decoy on that. I hope they go for the flank, which they did. He did win the one fight, but just, I don't know, there was not much you could do in that situation. It was interesting timing with the way KS dropped the hatch just before Sexy Cake could get up there as well. We'll see if they do any better on dorms. They do not have to play it. They could try laundry again, but well, with the Thatcher and play, the Mute's not doing a lot for them to stop that hatch from being open. The tower take wasn't effective, so seems like a fair shake in terms of let's just switch over to dorms, see how we do there, feel it out, and if we have to switch bomb sites again, we can go back to laundry. But this is a team that has historically played tower before they had to, so I definitely see them having a third bomb site ready, whether that be tower or dining.
I wouldn't be at all shocked, and most teams nowadays do have strats for both of those offsites, whether it be tower or dining kitchen. You got to have something at least prepared for when your rotation comes around. You have a good stroke of luck on the defensive side on Oregon. It's like Gohan's just prepping a couple windows, maybe to instill some fear into the hearts of MockIt, or even take advantage of them. He's going to be peeking out the front door right now. Oh, wow, that looked like Kryn, who was pre-aiming for it, waiting for the peek to come through. And Sexy Cake also taking a little bit of damage. Not sure if that was a Twitch drone or some team damage in prep, but we've seen a lot of team damage in prep already today.
Yeah, it's definitely something that has been just, you know, whether people throwing goo mines into each other or like light shots. We've been seeing a couple of team kills today. It's definitely been an interesting day for teams just really letting the pressure get to them. They are going to take tower again very quickly this time, though. It is not going to be defended. So good drone play, and no reinforcement on the other side of that. Just letting them open up. I got to imagine, though, the other side likely reinforced, or they're going to have a rotate hole. But this is so far a very swift take coming out from MockIt. They are looking like they could actually be going for a kid's plant, though. You see the diffuser actually being held somewhere near there. Go on. I would say he got the hair shot off his head, but he's already shaved it off, so.
He'll narrowly make his escape, his grand escape down the main stairs towards main lobby. No one really pressuring. As you said, this looks like it's MockIt stacking for a kid's windows take. Don't really see why not. There's not a lot of attic control or attic pressure. There are rotations made into attic right now for Liquid to be able to press in and regain some of that control and pressure out through the slit window onto anyone repelled. There are currently 2 members of MockIt repelled. I believe it's Corey and KS out on the kids' windows. So they're going to have to be cautious of the dining window and if anyone moving their way into attic, as that tower control was still locked down by Corey and Rips earlier on.
This is good pressure coming out from MockIt. They're locking down Zig here in this position, phone calling him as well. He is able to drop the diffuser down now, so they now have to expose themselves. But as he goes to answer the phone, they answer with bullets. There goes Zig now. A lot of pressure coming on here on Gohan.
Look at the 3-man stack right now for Liquid on the main floor. They're just playing from below right now. Paula and Liquid both looking through kill holes towards the windows, and Gohan using the cardiac sensor to relay the info to the rest of the team. I guess that means Sexy Cake is alone on the objective, if he's even on the objective, and he is. He's got a nitro cell in his hand as the mute shotty, waiting to launch it towards the big window, and it will get shot out of the air at the big window, trying to lance in some bullets and make up for it with the SMG-11, but no such luck as he'll only tap away at the shoulders. Phone ringing out as he'll finally answer the call. 30 seconds left, though, so it's going to be an all-out rush for MockIt as they try to descend into the objective with extreme pace and tempo. Corey will grab the first kill onto Ness. That's one of the players playing downstairs dispatched of Paula, though, will trade out Rips on the call of the cardiac sensor or repel in, and KS will win that with the CZ. The diffuser is lost outside a big window, and you still have Gohan and Paula down below with multiple nitro cells. 10 seconds tick away, and there's nowhere to plant this on an elevation. All they have to do is call this, get the ping down, and launch the nitro cell to stop the plant. Planting inside of kids now, trying to go for the rotation. 2 nitro cells go up, and they'll both detonate at the same time. Paula, with a bang, will end the round and level things at a 1v1.
And there's finally Liquid finding the defense they needed. It is surprising how much of it was downstairs and how effective that was. Great call on the C4 there to stop the diffuser. And again, they could go back to laundry, but nope. Oh no, there we go. They were going to go to dining for a second there. That would have been interesting as a choice. But laundry, retrying that, it seems like the right call here. We'll see if they're able to do anything different, though. I got to imagine Nesk is not going to sit up in the tower this time, though. Just let him have it. It is not worth contesting it because they're going to be able to bring a lot more firepower than you can bring because you're going to be 1 or 2 people in the tower, and they're going to be 5 people potentially mobbing on you. They are going to sneak in the Valkyrie, though. That is going to give them potentially some cameras outside. So if someone does want to play in the tower, they might have a little bit more flexibility to peek from the kitchen doorway to do something about it. Or, sorry, the dining door.
I'd imagine Nesk is rocking a bulletproof camera right now because there'd be no way, they're not bringing a Maestro, maybe you have a Valkyrie cam in place, but for the most part, there'd be no way to see past the smokes. And last time around, it was MockIt just laying down plenty of smoke cover and going for the main stairs plant, probably the most basic take on Oregon ever created, and it's still a ritual and very repetitive take that comes out on this map.
I gotta imagine they're gonna use the bulletproof camera in combination as well, like with the mirror, sticking it on the other side so you can see right there. Yeah, absolutely. That's the right call to do because the mirror can look right through it, see where the plant is going down, and then C4 as well as spray vector bullets straight at them. So I'm trying to do that last time to the smoke. It didn't work so well.
So, 2 rounds, it's Rips and Paula right now leading the charge on the kills, and Corey. So used to seeing an Ash and assuming it's Nesk.
Right?
But it's Corey right now on the Ash who's heading in towards a big window clear, and there's a man upstairs. That is Gohan on the Valkyrie. He's currently contesting that, stuck inside a generator for the time being.
Well, Corey is at least making some progress towards this, but he is cautious. He knows someone's playing up here. The timing, unfortunately, against Corey, the old crouch and move. Working against him, nice play by Gohan, barely taking any damage. But the droning gonna come out here to try and put more pressure on as a teammate of Thatcher, trying to sneak around the side. Will this pinch work? There's a camera up there, you can see just to Gohan's right to try and help him. C4 gets stuck, and that is the end of Gohan.
Grim will clean that up on the Thatcher, and there goes Gohan. You lose a lot of, I think he used 2 black eyes, and you lose the nitro cell on that one. But I mean, you kill a minute, you drop Corey to 25. I imagine Corey will get reset considering the time they have and the map control they have. I don't know, even-ish trade if it weren't for the nitro cell being lost. But with that being gone and you're being up a man regardless, I'd still give it to MockIt, even though it's...
Oh, they know, they know.
They know. Bryn is well aware of this, but just evading the head, unfortunately.
There's the reset coming out as well on Corey. He's going to get back up to that 50 HP. I don't think Nesk was going to do him a favor and heal him, so they are going to set up for the plant now, and that is going to leave Nesk over there. They're just not even going to deal with him. They're going to leave him up on T3, force him to rotate back down from the tower. They kind of know where he's going to go, either through Meeting Hall or through the backside of tower down in. They're going to take out his armor bag, I guess. Or no, yeah, that was the Rook armor bag.
Yeah.
Pala just left it there. What a litter bug.
I imagine there was nothing left.
No, it might have had the chili con carne that Corey was talking about.
Oh, God. Ash charge into the back of the closet now, just try and push anyone off of that mirror, and it is successful for a moment, I guess, but it doesn't do any damage to Zig as he just holds firm, and most likely it was to get rid of what I imagine should have been a bulletproof camera, although I never actually saw was there. The smokes come out, the plant being put down. Nesk, though, firing in from hallway will take down Corey. That's the cover, but the plant is being put down with no contestation, no nitro cell being ripped out. Now what's happening? Primed for a second by Zig, but again, not tossed. So it'll be a 4v4 post plant, now down to a 4v2. The nitro cell falls errant. The hip fire from Zig will win out. You still have 3 to find if you're Liquid, and a diffuser to complete on the disable. The flank drone will watch Paul inside of meeting. He tries to go to the right side of split, but there's 2 members of MockIt well prepared for this. They back off to the top of the main stairs, and they both fall immediately. Paul and Zig do.
That was confusing. They just all kind of stood there. Just, I don't know what they were, like, okay, there's smoke, but didn't you have a bulletproof camera for that? Wasn't that the point of bringing it?
Well, I think the bulletproof camera got ashed. I think that's what that ash charge behind the closet was for.
Yeah, they must have just got it with the splash.
My real question is, why are you taking Rook Doc when you could take a Maestro that can see through the smoke?
I don't know. I mean,
the calls for the nitro.
Well, because you could take both. Just drop the Rook. You get the Maestro and the Doc. Hey, like we're seeing now. What do you know? It's like they figured that out as well. They did.
It's like there's utility in the game that can see through smoke, and it's kind of necessary for providing a call for a nitro cell to come out for being plant denied.
I mean, as soon as the bulletproof camera was announced, it was like everyone immediately thought of this bomb site.
Yep.
Like simultaneously. So, yeah, that was a confusing round coming out.
Very confusing.
I mean, because it's like, yes, okay, you lost the bulletproof camera, but you could pretty much guarantee they're going to be planting on the other side of it. And, hey, they can't see through smoke any better than you can, so just throw it. It does quite a bit of damage to the radius. Throw it near the laundry machine because they're probably pitching there, and if they're not, guess what? Now you know they're not. Shoot at the other side.
My favorite thing is that Sexy Cake also had a nitro cell, so even if Zig had launched it and it didn't connect,
yeah,
you still had another one.
That could throw the other spot.
You know they're only bringing one smoke operator, so they have 2 smokes.
And there's only 2 spots to plant in generally, so I don't
know, man. The math seems pretty easy on our end, but then again, we're sitting in some chairs casting it instead of playing it, so.
We're all like, they just need to type these things into their computers. They'll win, no problem. It looks so stacked up, ready to just shoot each other in the head right there.
Yeah, and it's a heavy construction spawn for MockIt. 4 out of 5 rips the lone man over by Junkyard for a clear, and again it's a tower control. Starting out, I don't know if it's Nesk on the Jaeger. It looks like it is Nesk on T3.
I gotta imagine it's what he's been playing, whether it be Doc or Jaeger up there.
He's on the south side of the tower right now, in behind those metal panels, and he'll duck away into the corner now, into the southeast corner. We don't have a compass anymore, so I'm trying to remember. But yeah, that should be southeast.
Yeah.
Again, the ash charge will come out from down below. Rips holding the flank for the secondary member and firing through the floorboards. Corey will down off Nesk, and Corey again winning the engagement, but losing a lot of health in the process. At least you are able to dispatch of one of the most prominent fraggers in the entire world and the best fragger on Liquid in Nesk.
Well, at least Gohan's not going to be standing there trying to die as Rook again. This time he's going to be the Maestro, and Powell is not going to push it. He's not going to overextend himself. He's going to hope they walk it in. But no, instead they drone him out. Figure out where he's playing. Unfortunately, that was a shock drone, so that is a bit of a loss in terms of good utility that could be used to potentially pop the windows downstairs. But due to the excessive droning, they at least force Pala downstairs to watch from a window and hope they push into him.
So, same game plan as last time around here for MockIt, as they initially go for that tower clear, and then they completely convert to a front stairs push. But this time, they've got the evil eyes of Gohan to contend with.
I miss when Zig used to play this as Pulse and just rush up the stairs anytime he saw an opportunity when they were going for a plant.
Well, you can see the Twitch drone from Rips. Last time, it was able to pop up in the mirror. This time, not the same amount of luck.
Looks like Corey did get the reset on his health as well. Just like last time, they seem to take that tower fast enough. They always get the opportunity to fix up his boo-boos.
Well, with less than a minute ticking away now, it'll be the front take to come through. And like we talked about earlier on, there's only 2 sets of smoke. Sexy Cake doing a dance and just narrowly evading. I believe that was Corey circling the hallway, or sorry, the electrical box hatch. The first smoke will come out directly up against the mirror, so you're not covering any visibility from the laundry rotating. The drone of Paula, or sorry, I have no idea whose drone that was, will get shot down. And Doc stim pistols coming out to get everyone back up to 100. 27 seconds tick away. It's deceptively a very quick round, and Corey will have to rush the back stairs. The last remaining smoke comes out. Vale makes it in up against the laundry basket, but the Evil Eye is seeing this perfectly. A beautiful shot from Zig, attempting the plant, not going to last very long. The cover, though, from Corey and Krim, but there goes Vale getting dropped down by the Nitro. He just needs the plant, and he's stuck in a revive animation, but it comes down to a 4v1, now a 3v1, and using the Evil Eye, it'll get shot out, turns the corner and lights up with the Alda turning the corner on the pre-fire. The plant into the overtime. Pre-fire just mouse wanting, but he cannot connect on all 3 members of MockIt, and they'll come away with the round victory. And I believe that'll level things up, or no, it's a 3-1.
Yeah, the other way around. It's 3-1 now.
Yeah.
So far, Dorm's the only thing that has worked for Liquid. They have yet to win that. And so back they go. They had to defend 2 other sites, or 2 sites twice, whatever, however they wanted to do it, to be able to go back to Dorms. So well, now they're going to, because it's the only thing they can win. But Liquid saying enough is enough. They're going to call for that tactical timeout. See the, you know, disciplining happening here from the coach as he spanks his team into action to try and get them to do something besides defend successfully on Dorms, because this map is slipping away from them, and it is a 1-1 scoreline, and Liquid do not want to be out in groups against a team that is, again, the underdog coming into this of MockIt.
I was super confused about the latter portion of that flurry of kills, really, when it came down to Liquid. They had the 4v3 advantage as far as man count is concerned. Then they also simultaneously all just tried to charge the diffuser. You still had a nitro cell in your back pocket on Sexy Cake.
Yeah.
You still had the Evil Eyes on either side of Laundry to kind of just chill out. And I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of rushing into death and sprinting at the enemies who were holding, the plant cover.
I mean, honestly, Gohan, I believe it was Gohan that was on the Maestro, did not have to take the one tap pre-fire and then stop and come around the corner. You have 80 bullets.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't hit every single spot in that basement walking forward right there. You just become Terminator mode and just spray. At that point, you don't have to hit heads. Yeah, they might hit your head, but you'll do so much damage to them at that point that it's likely someone else can help finish them off. That was just overall a bit of a mistake not continuing to pre-fire that, because he is so strong at pre-firing the way he does, because you get so many bullets. And I mean, yes, it doesn't stabilize in hip-fire mode anymore, but it is still devastating there.
Well, a 3-1 lead for MockIt. Again, the result that I don't think many expected. Liquid probably the large favorite heading into this game, especially in this group, and yet it is MockIt putting up one hell of a fight so far. I'm pretty impressed by their play.
Yeah, it's definitely been something that Liquid just have not seemed fully prepared for. And I mean, who knows, even if MockIt win this might be where they kind of end things, you know, not being able to surprise any other team, but either way, definitely not underestimating them for the rest of this tournament. You know, even if they do lose this, they still get a chance down in loser's bracket as well, but so far this has been a great, strong start from them. Although, to be fair, Oregon slightly attacker favored in the sense that your third bomb site not so great on this map.
Well, Corey will make his initial entry into Armory and then jump out and go down to Garage, and it looks like he almost wanted to bail on the Garage play as well, but he's back and forth on his decision on where he wants to go, and I imagine he's simply set up here to be flank hold. Thermite charge will come out onto the closet wall, and that'll detonate without any interruption on the side of Liquid. So closet inside a generator is now open. They're going to spot out the Evil Eyes. They still have Mute Jammers at top white to worry about, but Corinne's got the EMPs. Shouldn't be much of a problem to dispatch of there.
Yep.
The real problem is if Liquid all start flying downstairs like they did with their possible 3 nitro cells again, that could be a difficult situation.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's going to come down to timing. They have plenty of time left. It's a minute 30 approximately left in the round. No one really trying to get any fights just yet, but there are members kind of spread around the map. They're again trying to go for that very bottom-heavy defense that seemed to work very well for them last time. But I got to mention, MockIt going to be a lot more prepared for that this time as well. That's not going to catch them by surprise. And some of that definitely came down to that C4 at the end, just barely saving the day for them because they didn't have time to rotate up. But Rip's already going to punish the Maestro. They just need to take some of the C4 off the board. Well, that is going to take some of it off along with KS's head.
Somehow, in the absolute chaos in the middle of the hallway, Vale is able to get a plant off. Now Gohan pressed right up against the big window, unaware of the man to his left. Cryan will take down another one on a Sexy Cake, and answering the phone directly under the window cell, that big window, is Gohan. Plenty low HP attackers remaining, and suddenly it turns on its head as far as the advantage is concerned. Cryan low HP, and Vale still covering from inside of Attic. A double rush, they all line up, but Cryan can't pull the trigger, and it's a 1v3 for Vale, trying to work his way out of. No one on the diffuser as of yet. Now Nesk hops on. They're both low HP, and the peek from Paula will win it out. Nesk will stick the disable the diffuser, and Liquid will bring a round back in their favor in round number 5, heading into the last round of the first half, the possibility to draw even.
I tell you what, though, if all they can win is dorms, this is not going to go well for Liquid. I mean, to be fair, though, of course, if MockIt can't win any better, then it's going to just go to overtime at that point. But they will try Laundry for the final time here, as they, of course, will end their defense after this round, and we will switch sides. Although, I say the final time, that's actually not true, because it could go to overtime, and they could end up on defense again and play Laundry. So, who knows? Maybe it won't be the final attempt. But either way, this is the final round before the side switch. I hope they're a little bit smarter about the defense this time, because there's definitely been some questionable plays leading to their losses on these defenses, and MockIt have absolutely capitalized on any mistakes being made. But in doing so, they're still only 1 point ahead right now. If they can continue winning on Laundry, they will be 2 points ahead. And if their defense is better than Liquid, then they get to go home the victors for the day. I mean, that's all it comes down to. That's all it came down to on Clubhouse as well. Who could come out an edge ahead on the flip side of things.
Like I said, Liquid with the possibility to head into the half tied 3-3, or it could be MockIt, at least leading the way with a slight lead at 4-2. It's down to this round, a very pivotal round in this game. It'll be another laundry defense coming out for Liquid. Same operator lineup. Looks like Nesk on the Valkyrie this time. So they brought the same operators, just on different people playing those roles.
Will Nesk be playing in the tower is the question, because that's something that really hasn't done a ton for them. It's at most cost Corey a little bit of health, but he's always been reset, so it's at most cost him 50 health.
Yeah, and it's usually resulted in Liquid being down a man, whether it was the 4v3 after round number 1, or it was the 5v4. All of those.
You don't want to be down
off into Corey.
That is who you want to kill early, something Nesk has just continued to fail to do. So that is a good start already. If they potentially could even this up here, this is definitely something that costs them quite a bit, as Corey can be quite the impact player, but it's not a lot of utility lost, except for the important ability to take out those Maestro Evil Eyes. That is going to be the biggest factor here in Corey's death.
No Zophias. They're going to have to rely on either it opening its bulletproof shell, and it looks like Paula wants to claim another victim. 2 of them pushing in on either side of the dining door. He's able to down one, but can't clean it up. So Chaos will trade out Paula, revive Rips, and they all walk away happy. Whoa. And this is kind of the biggest thing.
This is where those Evil Eyes work against, and now they actually can.
Evil Eyes and Vault cameras.
Yeah.
That's 2 huge portions of utility hacked away.
It's a good thing it doesn't give you the ability to see through the mirror windows as well.
True. Unless there was a bulletproof camera behind it.
That's awesome.
But there is none this time around.
Well, this is where they start to get a setup, and this is where they need to be ready with those C4s. They also need to be prepared to potentially turn their Maestro Evil Eyes away in a situation where it doesn't benefit the attackers. Although if it's only facing them, it potentially won't, of course. So they've got to make sure to do that. But of course, there are situations where the Evil Eye can get turned away. And if Gohan dies with the Evil Eyes facing the wrong direction, then those can permanently work in the attacker's benefit for all the dead players on attack, which in this case is just Corey, but you can make those call-outs.
Less than 60 seconds, ticking down. You see there was a Twitch drone in place, and Zig's feet will get shot up as a warning blow to push him deeper into supply room. So he can't angle up so close to the laundry rotate. Aggressive peek coming out from Gohan will put Rips on 10 HP. The plant coming out with the Nitro Cell will stop it dead in its tracks, and Veil will be felled. Sprays coming in, the man advantage on the side of Liquid, but KS is trying to stick the plant. Another Nitro Cell comes out, and they have a 3rd one in the back, and Sexy Cake will connect on it. Another attempt at this plant in behind the laundry machine, and there goes the 3rd Nitro Cell. They all come raining down. Crime will fall. It's Rips on 20 HP. Trying to clutch up on a 1v4. Diffuser lost the laundry machine. He's being constantly spotted by the Evil Eye in hallway. They all line up, hitting the deck once as Sexy Cake as he tries to really get in for that final kill. And the wide peek from Sexy Cake will be successful. A 3-3 tie as we head into the half, and it was the reigning terror of Nitro Cells, the difference maker in that round.
I just love the body just dumping down the hatch at the end. That really sealed the deal right there. But that was absolutely what we were expecting them to do before. And why could they not pull that off before? Like, they couldn't even pull off 1 Nitro Cell before. That time, it was 3 in a row. It was like they were making up for every round before it in one single round. But that only brings it to 3-3 on the half. So had they done that previously, they could potentially be at an advantage here in points.
I think the biggest part of our exasperation with Liquid so far has been the simple mistakes.
Yeah.
The little mistakes that we then see get corrected later on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Liquid. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's the pressure of the Invitational, especially after Paris, like you said, not having a good time in Paris. Maybe they just don't like group stages because they've done well, obviously, at LANs without a group stage. You know, seasonal finals, obviously they won Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's something about, like, it's the little mistakes that really, really rub us the wrong way. Yeah. The big mistakes that we get to call out, but it's the little ones that just drive us even crazier because they then get corrected 2 rounds later, and you ask the same question
like,
that you just did.
Do that earlier.
What the hell happened 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things that we are not privy to, especially the communications, you know, the IGL calls, the decisions. We don't know what their dry runs are like. We don't know what they prepared.
10 seconds to go.
So all we can do is guess and, as you say, be a little exasperated as we have kind of the viewpoint that they wish they had.
Yeah, obviously we have all the information in the world and they clearly do not. So it is unfair.
Well,
sometimes.
To be fair, the only reason we're not playing and winning this is to give other teams a chance.
Oh, for sure.
So,
for sure.
There is that.
Yeah. The caster takeover is on its way, don't you worry.
Yeah, you've been begging for that caster match.
Oh, I have. I have. Casters versus coaches.
We've already seen my skill live on stage. So it's your turn next. Just tell you what, just don't get in the path of my C4 throws.
All right, bet.
Oh, Pallet nearly seeing someone right through the shelves there. Corey just taking a fight that he might not win. The PDW, though, is still an interesting choice versus the C7E, who it's a very effective weapon against that 416 carbine. But either way, oh, there we go. The goo mine just slowing him down. Trying to do what Ness was doing earlier in terms of playing the tower, but it seems that Liquid cares far less about the tower than MockIt did. Nesk actually going to be playing instead from Armory side. Now they have taken control of the west side through the kitchen. They've taken control of the Armory. They've got a good setup here to push for a potential attack down the road, but they're still going to have to deal with Corey being left alive inside meeting hall for potential flanks later on. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's actually in the attic. So he is going to spray through a little bit, give away his position, but no one's going to pressure him. They just don't care.
They had him on the Jackal track from Paula as well inside of the attic, so I'm surprised that Ness didn't go for a pre-fire into that wall, or at least open it up as well. But with that being said, Corey will escape, and it seems like he's very indecisive about where he wants to go. Looks like he almost wanted to go for a full retreat down to the objective, but now he'll stand and fight and get Jackal track. Oh no, it'll be his accompaniment. I believe it's Rips inside.
Well, now we refer to him as the bait.
Ah, yes.
Oh, the slow creep. It pays off for Corey.
What an angle.
Jackal tracked that.
So there goes the Jackal. The plant initiated for just a millisecond before being pulled off from, as Zig wanted to get in position, and it looks like Kryan is using the Ella mine, so he's stacking in behind the mirrored closet and launching Ella mines into the smoke every time they go for a plant, so they don't have to use a nitro cell. It's huge.
It pushes you right off the diffuse plant, and that's something a lot of teams don't take advantage of because it's got such a huge blast radius. It's actually bigger than the C4 blast radius, so you can actually pretty much guarantee you pull them off. In doing so, they wasted the smoke. They're trying to do it again.
Got shot. KS will have to turn the corner and light up, and no, the cover is successful. The plant gets down. Ness will finish off the pistol. Kryan will get one, and rushing up the stairs with the Scorpion gets two. Will down him off and finish it off. Pistol in hand, almost gets three. Tagging in the chest, but Gohan wins it out, and Liquid will take their first lead on Oregon.
Well, looking pretty strong for them, but hey, laundry's been a problem for both teams, so not a huge surprise there. But it was unfortunate to see that Grishmont mine get shot down midair.
Yeah. That was so unfortunate.
Yeah. Definitely, that right there kind of cost them the round, unfortunately.
Surprising that KS also didn't launch a nitro cell from inside of the laundry rotate, kind of like Zig was doing the entirety of the time downstairs.
He just wanted to get up.
He just tried to wide peek it.
Well, speaking of curious decisions, they are going to go to tower for their secondary site. Interesting choice.
Yeah, you could go anywhere on the map right now. That was their first defense. They lost it. So they can literally go anywhere on the map, and they're going to go tower.
It's interesting, too, that they're going to go Finka for the 6th pick from Sexy Cake, not knowing it's tower. They're going to be thinking it is going to be dorms. So whatever they were planning, that plan is now going to have to change very likely, unless they were predicting this, which is, I mean, unlikely, but possible.
Yeah, I highly doubt they were anticipating a tower, considering that tower really is, you can see Gohan's Twitch drone trying to get into meeting and sealing what the hell's happening and trying to backtrack and relay some information to the rest of the squad. You're right, the Fink is an interesting call, although if they can burn the ADSs, that's frag grenades and some extra health on those repel games. It's a faster ADS time for Nesk on the windows if he wants to get on, just like Corey was.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Nesk can use some of those flashes to burn some of the ADSs along with Nig, I imagine, on flashes as well. Can do that, so they can clear those ADSs fairly quickly.
Gohan could just whip a Twitch drone up to T3 through one of the windows and zap it real quick.
So they definitely have the utility still to make this happen because that big pick does give you those extra grenades. The Jaeger is already down half health as well, so if he's trying to pocket any ADSs, he might die with them in his pocket at this rate. But it is going to be interesting to see. They do have the Valkyrie, so they do have the possibility of some good runouts. There is no IQ to try and counter that because they did not expect this tower play. So one of those grenades already going to be used to take out the door. But look at this, just the concern about the flank. That is the biggest problem with attacking tower, is you really have to watch so many doors and windows. Nicely done. Well, that's what Corey's been doing to him this whole time. It's only fair.
True. Give it right back to him. Corey will be felled, and the first victim in the round as Liquid try to extend their lead here on Oregon and take the best of 3. This is map 3. This is do or die here. Send themselves to the loser's bracket. And I believe it's Vale on the Valkyrie who was over by Armory, and Cryan might be getting close to peeking this window as well, but KS will win out onto Gohan, who was even overcharged with an F2 on a Finka boost, still losing it. So I guess KS had quite the jump on him, and now trying to push in. More shots will ring out as that was Vale tagging up Paula as he tried to push into that tower door.
Yeah, definitely did not work out for him, but wasn't a lot of damage. Cryan, unfortunately, can't find the angle. He's going to go for the jump out. Could get 2, does get 2. Wow. And almost 3.
Tries to re-peek it while detected, and that was ill-advised, but at least sets his team up in a beautiful position now, as it was Liquid heavy on the advantage, and now they're extremely on their back foot as it's just Zig and Paula left. You got 1 smoke grenade remaining on Paula, who hasn't used any of his Jackal tracks yet. None of the utility on Zig has been utilized either, as they're just focusing on that T3 and T2 control, and they, for the most part, have it, but they're very wary of those kill holes down below. ADS will be burnt out at the top of T3, and Zig will go forward rotates. The smoke grenade, this is smart from Paula, will protect him on the rappel in. He's going to bait out for a second, and a Nitro Cell will land Aaron, not connect, and Zig on the jump in will grab 2. Rips and KS are both felled, and suddenly again the man advantage is flipped on its head. Plant going down from Zig, and the cover from T3 above by Paula. The Nitro Cell launches up, and it'll connect on the Zig. Down to a 1v1. Paula against Vale, dropping down. Paula has to recover the diffuser and get the plant down, holding the angle, fakes the plant once. They might even have a Valkyrie camera up in the tower, fakes the plant again. Another now attempt, and he throws up a Valkyrie camera. It will spot him trying to complete the plant, and it looks like Paula is going to stick this, turning the corner, and Vale will win it out. A beautiful clutch from Vale, and MockIt will level things at a 4v4. Oh, what just a counterbalance round.
Two beautiful plays. The C4 throw.
Yeah.
That just, like, arcs perfectly right onto him. And the camera in his pocket. He goes, oh no, I don't know where he's at. Here, let me throw this up. Dead guys, watch this for me. And you saw the pings immediately landing. Goes right around the corner. And on that plant, he had to know he was about to get shot. Because he's getting pinged. He knows he's getting pinged. It had to be a situation where if he had the time to jump off the diffuser, he probably should have. Realistically, but either way, that just evens it up. But winning tower is a big play because now they have a little bit more breathing room if they have another bomb site they want to be able to play a bit more of because, well, they're not going to probably choose to go back to tower. So now they've got that out of the way, they can play laundry and dorms freely to potentially take it to 6 and give themselves at the minimum overtime if they can win laundry and or dorms. They're going to go for the laundry attempt first, something they didn't do so hot at before. For similar situations is what we saw with Liquid, where we go, why didn't you just throw your C4? Seems to be a recurring theme for laundry, as teams just don't seem to be able to calculate well enough where to throw it at. And they are going to go with just 2 C4s, the Mira and the Mute. Cryan going to be around with those little sticky mines again to throw those out potentially to stop any kind of attacker plant attempt. But they're going to be a little more prepared for these times. But unfortunately, for the attackers, they don't get any kind of Jaeger.
Well, I imagine our viewership probably just spiked a crap ton. But for those of you who have stuck on this matchup for the entirety of the time, it is Evil Geniuses taking down Lestream 2-0. They go 8-7 on the victory on Villa, and then win the second map, which I have no idea what it was, but they won it 7-2.
That is, I mean, it's not surprising, but that is impressive. Should be interesting to see how that goes down for the stream in the losers bracket. I believe it was Oregon and Villa, looking at it now, I believe.
Oregon was map 2?
Yeah.
Because Villa was map 1.
So,
Alrighty then.
All right, well, back to this Oregon.
Well, you may also notice that we're still on Group C. It's been a longer day over on the B stream, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome. We still have another best of 3 to do.
Hello.
That's Penta against Norarango, which will also be an incredible game. Crying's taking a lot of damage from T3.
Yeah, he's not going to be down there with but there we go. Corey, nicely done. And they didn't even have any cameras outside or anything to give that visibility. That's going to give Cryan a huge leg up here, but they're still going to try and flash him out. Dodges all 3, but not the bullets.
Nesk playing on the turn, knowing even if he didn't flash him that he would have had to turn against a wall to evade the blinding effect of the flashbangs. Great play there from Nesk. He repels in and doesn't take a single hit point of damage, and now he has the T3 control. They evacuate Cryan from upstairs. He's still got Corey to worry about, who's been roaming around on the far side over by Master Hallway, but a good beachhead to at least start with here for Team Liquid as they try to push their way even further out, and they've found where Corey is. He's pre-firing away at that attic wall in towards T2. Nothing going to connect, and you've also got Rips inside of Meeting, who's going to drop down the hallway hatch after immediately being spotted. So it's just Corey left in the roam game with a little over a minute remaining.
Well, we'll see if they can use that minute to good effect, because all they've done is take T3. This is definitely going to come down to whether or not MockIt can anticipate where the actual push is coming from. Be prepared for it, because you see them rotating towards our side where it looks like it's coming from. Smoke starting to come out. They are ready for this. I got to imagine some goo mines really in good positions here to stop this as well.
Exothermic charge coming out onto the electrical closet wall, even though it was soft and no one's going to shoot it off. Yeah, Rips playing that, or sorry, no, that's Vale playing the back mirror. He's going for a wide peek, and Paula and Vale will exchange blows, and it's Vale coming out worse for wear in that engagement. Paula hits the deck to look through the kill holes in the floor. Trying to angle in through the filing cabinets and against the boxes. Another smoke grenade up against the mirror, but it'll trigger a Legion Mine with 20 seconds left. That's not even what you want to be doing. Slowing down is not the play, but Sexy K can grab one with the SMG-12. No, Nesk can't turn the corner and pull the trigger fast enough, and 2 from Liquid will fall. The man advantage firmly in the favor of Liquid, or sorry, in MockIt. Paula will trade 1 back, but Rips will close things off, and it's MockIt once again taking the lead on Oregon. A back and forth map number 3, either wanting to concede a single round.
I would say it's been defensive-sided, but it was 3-3 in the first half. Looking like it could trend potentially that direction in the second half. But we'll see how Dorms goes. Dorms was definitely a better bomb site for Liquid. I don't know if it'll be the better bomb site for MockIt, who did manage to make laundry work a bit earlier than Liquid managed to, because it took them 3 tries. No, I'm sorry. I believe it took them 4 tries to make laundry work. So MockIt already at least an advantage on that bomb site, but if they can't make Dorms work, it doesn't matter as much. Cryan going to fake the clash, but he's going to go off to that pulse. So they may do a similar strategy of playing a lot more guys down below to be able to kind of defend from below, just because, well, that was somewhat effective for Liquid. But they may also just run the pulse below and have everyone else play on site. Either way, they are likely to have 3 C4s here between the pulse, the Mira, and the we already see that there's at least the 2. Haven't seen what the mute's carrying yet, but I think it's pretty likely it's going to be a C4.
Well, inching our way closer and closer to a decisive result finally.
One can hope.
Hey man, we've been on the grind, and they've been
on day 1 of what, 20, 30 days, probably.
Yeah.
Coming off a super month.
10 seconds
cool.
to go.
Long days. Long days in the
I mean, I've also been casting this for 3 years now, so what am I to complain about an extra round or extra map?
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Either way, this is definitely a lot of pressure on MockIt to make this happen after losing so early. And the last land they were at, that helped them get here. To be honest, that's why they're here, is because they were able to pull that off, getting to Rio. Now they've just got to do something a little more significant here if they want to make it a bit further and prove everyone wrong. So far, though, Liquid potentially going to repeat Paris.
Yeah, on their back foot here, but still well within reach of coming back and pulling out the W here on Oregon, especially being the attacking side. It's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, at least the way we've seen things break down so far. The defense downstairs has been pretty abysmal, but basically due to very, very small human errors that have been corrected multiple times over. So the top floor defense is really what's been back and forth. And I'm interested to see what the setup is this time around for MockIt as far as their utilization of pressure below. They do, like you said, have the possibility of 3 nitro cells. And the way Liquid played it was everybody go downstairs right now. Yeah. And they just threw all their nitro cells at the ceiling. And I'm interested to see if MockIt's going to try and maintain some of that verticality or try and go horizontal and just launch them on the same plane as far as the nitro cells are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a little bit of both with that many nitros, so definitely likely to see that. You get one explosion there that might have just been a thermite breach.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. You see that big wide open hole to go for a potential plant. That's where the nitros need to be able to work their magic because there's no smoke to counter them. However, there could be goo mines, but they're certainly not a Jaeger anymore as Corey goes down first.
Paula acquiring the first kill in the round for the side of Team Liquid, and it looks like Rips wants to take a lot of pot shots in towards Masters. It's currently a 3-man stack for Liquid, outside or inside Master currently, and I guess that was an Ash Charge where top white will destroy everything but the mirror.
Yeah.
It's hanging on by a thread on the edge of that wall. It's just enough of a base at the bottom to keep that thing intact, so it'll live to fight another day. Another explosion comes out from the Ash, and Gohan will go down to Cryan as he gets a little aggressive on that pulse. He goes for a run out outside of the small tower door. Wow, so there goes one of your flank holes below. Gone. Vale with another nitro cell will take down Nesk, and a double kill for Vale looking to go for 3s. He gets stuck on KS in the smoke, and he knifes him in the midst of the smoke, and rushing down White Stairs. Paul will clean up 2 as it's all down to Rips now, who was hiding inside of the attic. It's a 1v2, Sexy Cake on 0 HP, essentially. Stuck inside a generator is the diffuser, so covering it well is Rips. There's a breach hole to play with as well. Recovering the diffuser is Paul, but they get stuck on one another. Rips gets one on a Sexy Cake. He needs to stall at the time. He tries to rush through, but Rips with the 1v2 clutch and MockIt on match point, series point.
What a fantastic rotation by Rips, just completely reading how they're going to play it. And unfortunately, they decided to push way too aggressively against him. See the concentration coming out from MockIt there. They are feeling it. They are on map and match point, and they're going to go to tower?
I mean, they won it once, but let's be honest, they shouldn't have won it once.
That was some serious plays at the very end to clutch that. This is a risky play because you really are giving Liquid potentially a chance to come back on this. But, hey, Liquid are going to be thinking, no way they're going to go to tower again, right? Although, wait a minute, what am I thinking? They have to. They won the 2 other bomb sites in a row. They don't have much of a choice. They have to go to dining or tower, so.
Hey, did we say it's been a long day yet?
Not quite over, but yeah, it's also not over for Liquid.
No.
They could bring this back for sure. But
all they got to do is win this attack, and that opens up basement defense for MockIt. Basement defenses, all it takes clearly is one person forgetting how to use their brain, and it turns into a successful attack in a post-plant situation. So this is by no means out of the realm of possibility here for Liquid to push overtime, and then coin flip? I don't even know if coin flip would dictate it. Again, it comes
No, not if you're going 50-50, because if Liquid brings this back, then that means, again, we're seeing 3 from each side. So, yeah, that's 50-50. So coin flip is pretty much the best decider at that point because it doesn't matter. So we'll see, though, if they're able to at least put a significant amount of pressure on the tower this time, now that they know it's going to be the bomb site. Because, yeah, I was forgetting before that the way that it worked out, they actually will know it is likely to be the bomb site. They're not likely to, oh, we'll pick a Finka thinking it's Storms kind of situation again. However, did he? I don't know. They could consider, I don't know, maybe bringing an IQ when they know this is going to be the case, so they could try and isolate out any of those Valkyrie cameras, make it much easier for them, and as well as to spot the mute jammers ahead of time. I don't know. They could have got some extra utility out of that, but we'll see if they can make what they have work. Again, though, Corey hopefully not going to fall for what Nesk did to him that he had done to Nesk twice. But it looks like he's definitely heading that direction. He is trying to hold out as long as he can. ADS is doing their job. He doesn't have one in pocket. This is, he's starting to get a little risky here. I'm a little worried for Corey's health, as barely has any ADSs left.
It's quite a difficult situation to be in there, or a precarious situation for MockIt, as it was only Corey on site for the first 45 seconds of the round. If Liquid had elected to go for a rush, as long as they got that T3 control, that could have been a nightmare for MockIt, and we could have been in a 6-5 in a heartbeat. But instead, Liquid take their time, and that allows some of the defenders from MockIt to retreat back towards the objective.
I thought I saw the camera. He walked right underneath that Valkyrie camera, and I saw it on the screen. And I'm like, no, that's not a Valkyrie camera. He's right underneath. And there it is, the one he was looking through right there. Wow, that's well played by Vale. I mean, again, that's the power of the IQ to stop those, because having those cameras out there, such a problem. Wow, so far, so yes, he's lost all his ADSs, but look how much utility and time he's burned, and Corey is yet to take any damage at all. 2 minutes in, no one has hit each other. This is actually really good for MockIt.
This is huge for MockIt, but it'll be up to Corey to try and hold out a little bit longer with the 416 up in the depths of T3, in behind the metal sheeting. Just away from those kill holes that were pre-made and that Nesk added on to later on. Nitro Cell being prepped from KS, and it'll detonate prematurely as there's 40 seconds left. The phone calls come out in a 5v5. This is going to be an absolute slaughter fest. Repel coming in. Corey just going to pre-fire this and gun down Paula. Gohan will trade one. Nesk with another as he gets that entry in. So the sacrifice works as they have the man advantage and the T3 control. Holding the Stowers net, and there goes Nesk again. Rips, though, able to trade out Gohan. The plant going down from Zig, though. This is Rips and Vale left alone. The Nitro Cell not going to connect. The plant goes down. Now it's a post plant with no T3 control for MockIt to work their way out of. Answering the phones, the both of them stuck inside a meeting, one on stage, one on door. And there's smoke shrouding their only entrance. Their rotate hole is cut off from visibility from the stairs. And the plant is in T2. They have T3 control. Good luck making it up those stairs. This is going to be a merciless killing for Vale and Rips as they try and make their way up the stairs. Although, as I say that, Rips will take down Sexy Cake. There goes that T3 control. So Zig's outside the window. Diffuser right beside. Vale pressed right up against it. They're running out of time. Sticking the defuse now, it's Rips. MPX directly in the window, but there's the T3 control from Nesk, playing the long game. And Liquid will live to fight another day. Excellent
timing from Nesk there, just letting his teammate bait them out, completely just push them into that position. But a tactical break from MockIt, well timed, of course, because they need to make sure that this last round counts, because if they lose this round, it goes to overtime and Liquid have a chance. If they win this round, they get a well-deserved rest for the day and get to go the winners into tomorrow. So I think it's a big decision as well to go laundry or tower or dorms. So they've won dorms 100% of the time, but that was only one attempt. They've won laundry 50% of the time.
They can't
because
go
that was
dorms, though. It's still locked out.
That's
right?
They
Yeah.
can only go laundry.
It's laundry or kitchen right now.
This is why I write these things down and then don't look at them as I'm talking. So yeah, laundry is their only choice unless they want to go dining. This the 3 bomb site rotation. This is why I'm surprised anyone still plays Oregon, because it's so difficult.
Yeah.
When you're in these situations like this and you don't have a lot of choices. But this is why they have this timeout. They have this discussion so they can go, okay, we've won it 50% of the time. What can we do to close it up? Because the most recent time we played it, we won. How can we repeat that? How can we make sure we don't make any mistakes? All you need, guys, at this point is one perfect, flawless round. Don't make any mistakes. Communicate well. Keep your calm. And you can close this out. If you don't, you're going to have to, at the very least, slog through overtime. Minimum 2-round win at that point, just to try and get it. So, Liquid, of course, thinking the same thing. We've got to play this smart. We've got to take. I'm sure they were taking advantage of the same timeout to have the same powwow. So,
well, what we've seen so far, at least on this game, is basement defenses being ultimately coming down to, does someone make a stupid mistake or not? Because when teams play, I don't know, rather intelligently and use their nitro cells and their utility accordingly, things go well. But when someone just misses a call or misses a simple C4 or misses an impact made, then things start to go off the rails. So if everyone can just kind of play this textbook, MockIt should be able to walk away with it. But, you know, maybe an L-Mine gets stuck on a wall again and gets shot down, or maybe people start shift Wing at plant cover.
I am curious, though, where Cryan's going to play. Because he had played, you know, to help with the defense of the laundry stairs before, and he also had played tower. He's kind of in the tower side right now, but still doing setup, so he could go either way. Still has a barbed wire to set up as well, but it looks like he's starting to head the tower direction. Could go for that again. They are setting up a lot of utility to help with the tower side. So, I mean, tower is something they are at least good at defending to an extent, even though they lost it the second time around. I still think they have pretty good control of top floor, because they were able to hold out for so long. At least Corey was able to hold out for so long. And he even managed to get a kill from up there last time. Can Cry and hold out as long this time? That's what I wonder, is whether or not they're just going to be able to just... I mean, there's been so many fights like this. You'd think it'd be easy at this point to have like nailed it down to where T3 is just quickly taken out. But that had been Corey who'd been able to do that quickly before, despite always taking damage doing so.
Well, Corey was able to give him an ADS inside of T3 right below the window that Nesk is repelling on, and they're on opposite sides of an indestructible wall on the outside of the tower currently. Crying and Nesk are. And Corey was getting into an engagement with Gohan off screen, the only man for Liquid not trying to push in a tower. Crying right up in the window will drop Zig, pressed right up against the windowsill and unloads with the Scorpion.
A bomb has been located.
Crying still holding in T3. That's the thermite gone. That's your hard breach. That's a huge pick for Crying and all of MockIt. The phone calls come out. Crying will slowly rotate off his position. He'll get full blind by the flashbang. Nesk unloads all three in, waiting for the repel in is Crying, and he's almost able to convert, dropping Nesk down to 10 HP, but it's Nesk walking away with the kill to level things. Nesk will be able to get reset midway through the round. You still got Corey out on a roam game, but you've lost your thermite. You got to push hallways and staircases. Good luck, Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's going to get reset, this is much further into the round than when Corey was doing it, I think, a lot of the time, and this is going to slow them down a bit. Does give an opportunity for MockIt to kind of recollect themselves, but it is Nesk after all, just like it was Corey. Both very strong players, very strong fraggers, and you've got Gohan also coming in here. This is looking like a pretty heavy tower take. I mean, they took tower, you might as well turn it into something, right?
So this wall has been left soft multiple times over, and this might be the one instance in which MockIt wish they would have reinforced it, considering they had murdered Zig very early on in the round, as he was the initial entry on that tower clear, at least the first engagement anyway. Not by his choice, but nonetheless, we'll equalize at a 4v4 with 40 seconds left, and it's going to be an absolute massacre, a clown fiesta as they all rush into electrical box and try and push the hallway. The back mirror has been ejected, so no one playing that for comfort, but 30 seconds now ticking down. It is do or die. The smoke go deep into the end of the hallway to stop any kind of rotation, but Chaos with a Nitro Cell. Gohan an immediate trade onto Veils. There goes another Nitro Cell. Paula with the PDW at close range. Chaos on another trade. 17 seconds left. Paula has a diffuser. He's able to shut down Chaos. A 1v2 for Rips. Once again, Paula putting down the plant, just sees the barrel of the gun, trying to turn the corner right up against the Dokumi. The SMG-12 will win it out, and Liquid will push into overtime. We're going to go the maximum distance on Oregon on map number 3 between Liquid and MockIt.
Because why not? This has definitely been a... So, just keep in mind, that is a 6th pick over to that, so they do not know the Clash is there yet.
Typically, with the way the Clash has been played today, and the way that Clash has been played in recent history, I wouldn't necessarily suggest Clash. However, I think this is actually a really smart read by Liquid, considering that MockIt have run the same 5 attacking operators every single round. And those 5 attacking operators do not include a Zofia or a Capital, the 2 biggest counters to a Clash. Also 0 frag grenades, which will be your next closest counter when there's no Jaeger on the board like there is.
Well, they do have a Thatcher to disable the taser on the shield, so
yes.
Sexy Cake is done for. Yeah.
Once again, angling for a tower take to start things off, and looks like Corey is done with the ACOG, swapping to a holographic now in the R4C, and there's no one to contest him from taking tower this time. Liquid completely abandoning it after multiple runs of tower takes, just resulting really in Nesk having to be reset, same as Corey, and they get 1 pick but trade 1 out.
Yeah. We'll see if Sexy Cake can be effectively aggressive instead of just kind of hiding back on the site. We had seen him try to be a little more aggressive on Clubhouse, and it really did not work with Clash there. So I am curious to see if Sexy Cake can pull it off here in terms of doing a bit more work and not really just kind of hanging out, pushed back the site so early. We also saw him die a lot, and it just, I don't know, he was not super effective previously. So I'm definitely much more curious to see how that works out for this particular map. He did spot that drone and that drone as well, but we haven't really seen him actually use the new full auto gun so much yet, which is surprising because that's the big bonus now of playing Clash.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if Sexy Cake will rip it out. And once again, tower take seems to be MockIt's end game, as in the beginning on their initial attacking rounds, they were immediately transitioning from a tower take after they cleared out tower and killed Nesk or whoever was in the tower, and whoever his friend was. Then all of MockIt would transition to a front take, but now it seems like they're committing to the full back take from start to finish.
It is surprising to me that, given the choice of any sites, that Liquid would not go to dorms.
Yeah, as well, when you talked about both teams are 1 for 3 on the site.
Yeah, I would not pick the 30% odds. I mean, technically, Tower's even 50% odds for MockIt. Reloading. Gotta love how odds work, right?
Well, once again, we're coming down to 60 seconds remaining in a 5v5, which has been so indicative of all the games we have seen today. There goes an Evil Eye watching the hallway, dispatched by Corey, and smoke grenades and EMP, they all come flying.
See, I told you it's disabled now. He's done for.
Y'all see Paula trying to use that 81-round drum mag. A frag on either side as Veil takes down Zig, and Zig takes down Veil, so it was an actual trade, and back and forth, and there goes Cry, and trying to make it into the default plant spot, and he's going down. Corey, will take down Gohan as well as he tried to rotate in through the laundry. A great flick there from Corey, and he also downs off Sexy Cake. Nesk last alive, grabs one victim into KS, but he's got 3 left in a post-plant situation. Keep Liquid off of elimination point. Answers the phone call real quick and turns his attention back towards the hallway, creeping his way up. You've got a guy with top control, a guy in deep inside of blue, and a guy still playing inside of the electrical closet. Nitro's close to see if anyone was playing as an immediate corner. You got the hold off from the hatch as well, letting up the feet, able to down off and finish off Crying, but he's down to 2 HP now, pressing right up against the box wall. He's got 2 holding, turns the corner into the waiting arms of Rips, and MockIt will put themselves on match point and series point once again. A second opportunity at victory.
So Laundry, great choice, right, Liquid? Now they are 1 for 4.
And it'll now be MockIt's defense to try and lock things out. And I imagine they'll be taking our hint and heading to dorms. Yep. And that is immediately what they intend to do.
Would have been pretty funny if they picked Tower at this point or just dining. Just because why not, right?
I mean, dining would actually be pretty funny. I'd be okay with that.
You're like, it's dinner time. Let's just play dining.
A little past dinner time, to be honest. We've been going for a while.
Yeah.
We started at dinner time.
Well, Crying will sneak in that pulse there to be a little effective, but that's something he did last time, is bring that pulse for dorms. But he also wanted to make it look like he could be playing a different bomb site with that castle pick, so they wouldn't be sure if they were playing laundry or dorms. So we'll see. It looks like they went with the sledge, and I almost wonder if that sledge pick had anything to do with the castle play or not. But it's certainly not going to matter now because, I mean, he is still going to get the grenades out of it. So regardless, there is that, but he's not going to get a ton of use out of the sledgehammer unless, say, for example, you know, the far side of the attic is soft. He's able to open that up. You know, there are some situations where he could horizontally open something, but he's not really going to be opening anything vertically that's going to help him. And unlike Buck can't do it from underneath, that would have been a much better choice of an operator, I think. Not going to help him now, though.
5 seconds left.
So, Dorm's defense for MockIt to try and close things out once again. It was MockIt who were up, I believe, 6-3? No, 6-4, sorry. They had 6-4 advantage, could have closed it out twice in a row. They had to go to tower, they lost that. They had to go downstairs, they lost that. Leads us into an overtime scenario. The only difference this time is that top floor is available to MockIt.
Well,
compared to how it wasn't the last 2 times.
Like I said, if you're going off the fake imaginary odds here, then so far Dorms is 100% success rate for MockIt since they only played it once. So I guess there's that, right?
Smaller sample size, better success rate.
Right, that's how it works. I'll ask Splek after, I'm sure he knows.
Oh, just for the entirety of the...
No, I just mean in terms of telling you that's not at all how that doesn't work. So, Nesk rotating around a lot here just to open things up, but not really getting in just yet. So the first minute spent just kind of saw things up, but Rips at 50% health. Either something happened there with some team damage, or he just managed to get caught off guard. But Nesk is allowed to come into Armory again. This is potentially going to be a problem here, as he's fairly effective from here, but he has already burned off 2 of his flashes, only has 1 left. If he needs to try and burn off any ADSs, that might be on Zig to try and do so. They also have 2 sets of smokes, though. So that is something that could work in their advantage on the attack, as they have opened up the wall, and they have a lot of smoke to be able to potentially bait out C4 or other utility. So that's not a bad position to be in. They are going to look, oh, this is where the grenades come in handy, though, if there's no ADSs in there. But Rips is playing a dangerous game.
Doesn't look like Rips has any ADS cover right now, and a frag grenade being cooked by Gohan, but looks like that's going to go well deep and soar past the head of Rips and not connect.
The timing is going to be everything here.
He's going to peek up and over. Another frag grenade goes deep and not going to land, and Rips will shut down Gohan. The first kill again in the final minute, and this could be the final round of the entire series. Nesk pushing down hallway, still has Rips to worry about inside of the attic. Lots of pre-fires in against the wall, none of them going to connect as Rips still playing Pat in behind the sandbags. He's got a sea of Legion mines already set up on the entryway door. There's not a lot to be done here for Nesk pushing hallway. They have to go in through the breach hole in the closet. Paulo will take down one, but Krine will immediately trade him out. It's another advantage in the favor of MockIt. 25 seconds, and it's all coming down to this. Nesk pushing right past, but can't see Rips against the wall. Vale will take one down with the Nitro Cell. Oh, what a whiff there by Rips, and Nesk is able to clean that up. Sexy Cake has been down, though, and he has to go for the revive, just narrowly avoiding a Nitro Cell. Picking up Sexy Cake, a flank from down below. Krine coming up the main stairs. Nesk again eviscerating Vale. Down to a 2v2. KS, the SMG, close range! KS with the 1v2 clutch on site. Also had Krine on the flank, and MockIt will send Liquid to the loser's bracket for the second major straight.
This has been a heck of a fight, though. Like, MockIt absolutely earned that, but they had to earn it. It was, whew, I mean, there's some tough fights ahead, though. MockIt are definitely not out of the woods, but they are out of the loser's bracket for today, and that is definitely going to feel good for them. They're going to be sleeping well tonight because they fought so hard they're probably going to fall asleep right after this, I imagine. It's a tough fight. You see the celebration going on. These guys feeling good after not repeating what happened to them in Rio. They are the underdogs, and they are the ones going forward. So that's a very exciting moment for MockIt to have really struggled this season as opposed to Liquid, who have not. So a lot of congratulations going out. I imagine this is going to be very heartfelt between these guys because they both worked so hard. Very much fair opponents.
It was an incredible back-and-forth game, honestly, on at least the last 2 maps. Border, one-sided in MockIt's favor, but Clubhouse really turned the tides back in the favor of Liquid.